Yesterday, Police Minister Bekicela announced the crime statistics for the period of 1 April to the 30th of June 2021. They showed that the rate of contact crimes in South Africa had surged by 60.6%. 5,760 people were killed, while 10,000 people were raped during the period. Is our police system adequately equipped to deal with contact crimes that we see on the rise? Well, we'll find out. To tell us more, we speak to the retired Major General Ashton Sibang. He is speaking in his capacity as a civilian Major General. Such a pleasure to be talking to you this morning. Before we talk about whether our policing system is adequately equipped to deal with the heinous crimes that we see on the daily in South Africa, let's just talk about the comparison of these stats. Of course, Minister Cele came out yesterday and said that they were distorted due to lockdown. Last year, around this time, we were in a level 5 lockdown, so movement was heavily restricted. As a result, this is why we've seen such a rapid rise or such a marked increase in crimes in South Africa.
Yes.
And now regarding that, even though that is the case, Major General, are we able to say that this would have not been the case, and if we compare it to 2019, that the crime stats wouldn't have been this high?
Yeah, I would say just let us put aside the comparison of our statistics to last year's record. And then just concentrate on the previous years and compare it to this quarter. Generally, it is on the rise.
And indeed it is. Now, our police seems to be struggling. I mean, it's on the rise. It's not something new. It's not something that, we weren't seeing over the last couple of years before the coronavirus pandemic hit us. Our police are seemingly struggling to deal with crimes in South Africa. Why is that the case?
Basically, there are quite a number of issues why the police are struggling. One such area is the challenge of them being incapacitated. Secondly, is the porousness of our borders. People who come in and come out without any control, without any record as to who is here. I'm talking now record of fingerprinting and all that kind of. The record that people, if any crime that is committed, police can be able to trace. Coming back to the issue of capacity, I think this has to do with the political will. Because police, if they would be capacitated in terms of the state-of-the-art technology, to some extent they would have a knock-off effect. That would have a knock-off effect on the rate of the crime. However, having said that, there are recognizable crimes that are being committed here, that which police, even if they would be capacitated, they would be unable to deal with such. I'm talking about sexual-related offenses, your gender abuse, children, and all that, because it happens in an environment, in a homely environment. So that requires actually a mindset, to us as a society.
I mean, and this mindset that would have to shift for the society is something that, we assuming will take quite some time, but how does then the police assist with at least shifting that mindset in deterring these criminals from committing these crimes?
Yes, I guess it would not only be a challenge for the police to help shift that mindset. It actually requires the entire society, and the entire public to talk about it Even you can also introduce something like, what is this, educational awareness in schools. You know, I think there would be a whole lot of programs that can be actually introduced by the country, you know, through various means to change that mindset. As I'm saying, it can not only be a matter that would rest with the police to change that mindset. It actually requires the whole society to, you know.
Now, Major General.
You know, to embark. Yes.
If you're looking at these stats now, I mean, we will be seeing new stats released in the next quarter. Looking
Yes.
at these stats now, do you think that there will be a change or anything better that will come out going forward, at least for this year and next year?
You mean for the better?
Yeah. Do you think that we'll see an improvement at all in our crime in South Africa? You know, in recent.
I think the record is fairly straightforward. It has always been on the increase.
That is quite a very gloomy outlook, but indeed that just happens to be the reality that we live in at the moment. That's retired Major General Ashton Sibang joining us to chat about the crime stats that have come out now. Of course, it might be a lovely weather outside, but there are people that did not wake up today as a result of what the crime stats look like.